Hi, I'm with Mark Armstrong from Code Software. Code Software is one of our sponsors for our event this year. And Mark is are you the founder, Mark? Certainly director, aren't you?
Yeah, believe it or not, CEO and co-founder of Code Software.
Wow, and the janitor as well, right?
Wow, pretty much jack of all trades.
So Code Software have been in the analytics space now for how long?
Since 2013. So what's that? Coming up on 9 years this year.
9 years. Got a lot of experience there. Can you tell us a little about your background, where you came from, and the services that you offer?
Sure, yeah. I mean, our background is actually in the more traditional PBX call reporting, call logging area. We got together in 2013 to form Code. Really, if you cast your mind back, that's when UC platforms in general were coming into fruition, and really the market required something that's been designed and developed from day one with more complex reporting requirements of UC in mind. We got together in 2013, launched Code. Believe it or not, our background at the time was actually in Cisco. So we kind of assumed that we'd align with Cisco. What happened in reality? Microsoft at the time were, I suppose, quite aggressively pushing into the voice market with OCS, and then of course moving on to Link and Skype for Business. So we aligned very quickly with Microsoft back in kind of 2013, 2014, and really grew the business and the product set around that kind of global relationship with Microsoft.
All right, great. So, I mean, we've done probably a little bit of chatting before in recent history because of our backgrounds as well. But for customers who are looking for additional reporting capabilities within Microsoft Teams, on top of the on top of the standard reporting you get with Microsoft inside the Teams Admin Center, what do your products offer on top of that particular stuff?
Yeah, I think that there's a few areas, and fundamentally, there's four areas that we would typically look at on a reporting and an analytic side. So the end user requirements, if you like, are really based around productivity, around user adoption, around call quality, and to a certain extent cost as well. So really what we found from this kind of customer requirement point of view, go back, I suppose, pre-pandemic, a lot of the interest was really around call quality. I think the pandemic hit, the hybrid working hit, Teams was amazing in facilitating this very, very quick shift. A lot of organizations around the world did to that. But then as a result, what happened, the requirement, the reporting requirement at the time really moved away from call quality, and it was more around performance, productivity. Certainly things like call queues, auto attendance were facilitating call handling requirements for the end users, but there was a real lack of visibility of both real-time and historical data. So we certainly give those insights far over and above what's available with the native reporting in the admin portal for Teams, with a focus on that. I think while we're on the product, what we've certainly done as well is really kind of, I suppose, expanded, not away from reporting and analytics, but including other areas, so such as management, and again, simplifying the management element of Teams is a big requirement at the moment.
Yep.
So, for example, call queues, we can certainly take that away from the Teams admin role. We've got a module that allows permitted employees within an organization to do that configuration. We've got the range manager that's looking at the DID ranges. We can not only look at that kind of allocation, but we can now do provisioning on the DIDs as well.
Okay, that's really good. I mean, you mentioned in there that it's moved away really from call quality as being the main focus of what people want, and into the more productivity areas that are wider than just voice. So how does your product take all that data from Microsoft 365 and Teams and then measure that productivity for people? How can they make decisions based on that data?
Sure. I mean, the key thing about the product in general is that it's very user driven, and this is going to be a roundabout way of answering your question. Everyone in an organisation is going to have different requirements. So the IT guys are going to have very different requirements from team leaders where they've got a contact centre or a contact centre environment using queues and auto attendance. So if we're looking at the performance and productivity side of things, we present a tool that each of the different stakeholders, if you like, within an organisation can tailor incredibly quickly and easily to their own requirements. We ingest the data from teams using the graph, called Detail Graph API for all the historical kind of more trend analysis that we present, but also we use the present. So we have both real-time and historical data that's presented. And I suppose, again, focusing on performance and productivity, we facilitate a light contact center environment without that, I suppose, costly expenditure in the third-party contact center. So there are various missing pieces of the puzzle for organisations using queues and auto attendance. Fundamentally, they're the wallboards and the comprehensive historical reporting, and we, as I said, at a very attractive price point, present this and enable those users of queues and auto attendance to have that light contact center addressing call handling and addressing any customer or internal SLAs that they may have as well.
Yeah, cool. And you mentioned that your product's sort of split into 4 or 5 areas there. Is this a product that we have to buy it all, or can we cookie cutter it down into the modules that we need?
Yeah, absolutely. So at the heart is Clobber, which is the historical, the CDR based effectively reporting and analytic. There are bolt-on modules. We've got QM, which is a call queue and auto attendant manager. We've got Clobber RT, which is specifically designed to display data and insights into call queues and auto attendants, a combination of real-time and historical information. Clobber VR is our very simple to use voice recording solution, again, just built for Teams, very cost effective solution if the end user has, I suppose, basic voice recording requirements. We've also got Clobber DM, which is our device manager. So currently we integrate or take data from Polyjabber and EPOS and present inventory on devices, both certified and non-certified device usage. And then finally, Clobber RM, which is our range manager, which I mentioned earlier, which does the not only that kind of allocation of available DIDs and management of ranges, but also provisions of the actual selected DID.
Yeah, cool, awesome. And your products, are they available to install in customer tenants, or is it purely cloud as a service model? What's your consumption model?
So yeah, we have both effectively. So we can deliver from our cloud, which is Azure based, or we can deliver, I don't like to use the word on-prem, but a customer environment as well, which is typically going to be the customer Azure environment. We also actually support multi-tenancy, so we do have a number of MSPs that effectively have a single instance of Clobber, and they effectively divvy out to each of their individual tenants as and when required.
Yeah, cool. And if a customer would like to come and talk to you about your products, what's your customer engagement model? Are you direct, or are you via partner, or a bit of both?
It's really partner driven. So certainly any opportunities that are direct, we would typically look at pulling back through our channel partners. We've got a very strong global spread of channel partners at the moment, which are basically US, Europe, and APAC as well. So we've got that kind of global coverage with partners.
Yeah, cool.
In fact,
if people,
well, I was just going to say we're quite pleased to announce that we're opening our office in New Zealand this month as well, to get that
wow.
kind of local management of all the Australasia business that we've seen at the moment.
I volunteered to go and head up that office.
Send me your CV, Mark. I'll see what I can do.
No problem. And if customers want or attendees want to find out more, where would they go to find out more information?
Everything is on our website. The website address is www.codesoftware.net. We've got a knowledge base on there. There's a very simple way of contacting us. We're more than happy to organise demos, and all the solutions are available on a completely free of charge 30-day trial as well.
That's cool. And so we're out of time for this interview. I'd like to thank you very much for your time, and thank everybody else who's been watching this. You're going to be at Comsverse with Code Software again with your putting, Matt, I hope.
Absolutely. You couldn't stop me if you tried. Yeah, exactly. we were golf themed last year, so we've got to ramp it up. I'm not sure what we're going to select this year, but there'll be something.
Yeah, we want to stay away from like archery and stuff like that, if you don't mind. Anyway, thank you very much for your time.
Cool.